Oh look, I leveled up from that. Alright. Hello world! And thanks for stopping by to watch this video. Here we are about 2 weeks into the early access of Enshrouded, and I've got about maybe 22-ish hours into the game. And I just wanted to share some of the things I discovered as I'm playing that might be helpful for other people who are playing it. Either they're just getting started or they've been playing for a while. I just wanted to share what I've learned so that way hopefully it'll help other people have a little bit better time in the game. After watching this, if you have any other tips and tricks you want to add for viewers or players, make sure you add those down in the comments so we're sharing our experience with everyone. So let's go ahead and dive on into this. All right, the first thing I found very helpful and fun is just exploring this cool world that the developers put together. You know, and just running around, finding areas I can get into. Things that I found that are very helpful for that is having the, I'm on the wrong screen here, having a glider and a grappling hook. Because a glider will let you fly from spot to spot, and then the hook will help you get into a couple areas that you can't necessarily get into without it. And another thing that I found helpful is carrying around a pickaxe. These will allow you to get to areas also that you're not normally able to get to. So let's start off with the glider, right? So I'm on a high up place, so I can fly longer distances, right? And go a long distance with my glider. And that's where I find that to be helpful, is it allows me to traverse a little bit quicker. The first place you're going to use your grappling hook is going to be here to the first place I found I could use the grappling hook that helped me explore a little bit more was over here to the west of the starting area. There's a little I think it's called scaffolding? There's a scaffolding area over here that I found that I could use my grappling hook that allows me to explore the west side of the map. Right? So, grapple hook there, grapple hook over here. I forgot to drink some waters. Help with my stamina regen. Right? And this gets you access to the west side of the map here, where you can explore, well, sorry, the southwest corner of the map here.
No wonder we're lost. You've been reading the map upside down.
Explore this whole area here. Now, as I was exploring, I did find it useful to strengthen my spark. Right? Is that what they're called? Spark. That way I could have, or sorry, not spark, the flame. Strengthen my flame. I'm currently level 3, but level 2 for starting off is pretty good. Is what you can do is you can then put down altars for fast travel points. And so I found that helpful. And as I'm placing them down, I found it helpful to put them into high spots. All right, to be able to put your altars up high, or just to explore in higher spots. And what I found the easiest is to like say this is the high spot where I want to explore or place my altar up there. What I'm going to first do is kind of like look around the edge here of the mountain and just see where I can jump. Like this is where the parkouring skills from Skyrim is going to come in handy, because like I'm going to find myself a little crevasse, and then trying to start jumping my way up to it through that crevice. And then you want it might be helpful to unlock the double jump skill. Under the survivor and athletic area, there's the double jump. So getting that unlocked will help along with the exploring, because you can kind of jump up a little bit higher. Now, if you're having a hard time getting up the crevice area, this is where the pickaxe comes in handy. Because what you can do is make yourself a little stair-stepping area by knocking out a little path there. So then you can step up like that, and then just keep doing that as you're going up the mountain. I do find that instead of like trying to go straight up, it's kind of easier to go at an angle, right? So I can kind of angle myself off to the side here and just start picking out path. I can start making myself some stair steps to get myself going up higher and higher. And once I get to a good spot where I don't really need to do pickaxe anymore, that's when I can start using my double jump up higher there. And then, yeah, that's how I found my way to be able to climb up higher in the map or in areas, is just by using double jump, my pickaxe, and some good old Skyrim parkouring skills. Placing your altars up high allows you to get a better view of the area and allows you to travel a little bit easier. Put them up high, right? So I can see around here and I can just fast travel to that little house over there, for an example, right? By channeling my inner Rocky and becoming a flying squirrel using my glider. So now I can fly over this house because I'm gonna come over here and explore what's inside this house. See what's going on with this house, right? So the first thing I started doing when I started exploring the world is I found that my years of playing I was stuck there. Playing Zelda and Diablo type of games came in handy because I just started smashing everything, right? And that get me access to building materials. I don't do that so much anymore, but as I'm running through, I'll find barrels and boxes and rats. I did also find that pickaxes do more damage to things than, say, the axe does. So here's a barrel, smash the crate, and that will get me loot like building supplies, water, sometimes there'll be potions. And this is extremely helpful. I found this extremely helpful when I was exploring the spires, because I can farm a bunch of potions that way. As I was exploring, I did find that I come across these treasure chests, right? And so this is how you get the weapons, right? Extra weapons and whatnot, was by exploring and finding these treasure chests. The cool thing about this, it's in place now, but I don't know if they're going to fix this or not. They may not, but all these treasure chests, their loot resets, or it gets new loot every time the game restarts. So when you start the game up again, you can come back to the same treasure chest and get different loot from it. So I found that to be helpful too. So I do think it's good that this game takes place in a post-apocalyptic world and there's no squatter laws. Because I discovered that you could take over abandoned buildings as your base, which is kind of convenient because it's already got a lot of the comforts that you don't have to build because they're already in here. And so what I did is I took over the farmhouse that's over here by the Harvest Homestead in the southern part of the map, and I just placed an altar in here, and so then I can fast travel to it, and I'll go upstairs, and I already used the beds that were there. The only thing I really placed down for comfort wise is I think this end table and the fire pit, and that's it. And my comfort level due to that is around level 21, and I do believe that it was the default before I even placed that stuff down was like maybe 17, which is still pretty decent without having to build or place anything down. So I found this very convenient because then I didn't have to take the time to build a base. I'll build bases later on. But early game, I'd find this to be very helpful. Especially this place because they did have some, they had the corn across the way there. So you can see from that tomato plants and things like that. I put some planters in here. But yeah, I found that to be very helpful. That you can just take over. You can just take over the house or houses in the game by placing down your own altar. And also, as I was exploring, I found these books and scrolls and letters, and they'll be glowing red like this. And as you're exploring, you're going to come across these. I came across these. And some of them just give you a little bit more lore to the game world. Others will give you side quests or side missions. So other things that will allow you to explore and go find other cool things. Some of them will actually also trigger more missions for the workshop people. Speaking of the craftspeople, once you first get them, they'll ask you to build them a shelter. I did find that I didn't have to build them individual shelters. In fact, I could produce them all in the same little shack if I wanted to, and I didn't have to build them beds or anything like that. I just had to have a roof over them. Sometimes they will still complain about the needing shelters. I don't know if that's because I moved them to this new location or what it is. But you know what? If you get tired of listening to them, or you just want to look at their faces anymore, what we can do is treat them like Harry Potter and put them in a closet at the bottom of the stairs. And that way, you don't really have to look at their faces anymore or listen to them. But the thing I really like to do with the craftspeople is I like to place them around my bed so that way they can watch me sleep at night. In a creepy way, you know? Okay, so let's talk about combat here. So, holding my shield up blocks, right? But I did find as I swing with my sword, my shield drops, so I have to re-put that shield back up. But if I'm using a wand, if I switch to a wand, and I fire my wand, my shield instantly goes back up. That's something else I found to be very helpful. Another thing to take in consideration that is helpful is when it comes to shields, the bracelet type of shield works with the two-handed weapons, right? So as I'm guarding with my two-handed weapon, it doesn't pop up, but it gives you the same defense. I don't know if this is like currently a bug. We'll probably fix it in the future, but that's something to keep in mind too, is those bracelet type of shields help when you're holding two-handed weapons as well. Another thing about shields that isn't explained very well, unless you stumble across this practice dummy here, is that the shield has two different functions. One is the basic block, and then the other is the parry feature. The block will use more stamina compared to the parry, and the parry has a higher chance of instantly stunning the enemy, if done correctly. So with blocking, you're just going to run up to the enemy and hold up your block button, and it just blocks their basic attacks, right? With a parry, you're going to try and time it, so that way as soon as they start their attack, I didn't do very good there, as soon as they start their attack, or when they do their attack, it will stun them. It'll parry the attack. Shut up. There we go. Parried it! Right? He doesn't have a stun bar above him, though. There we go. Now we're parrying. So if you're not familiar with these type of games, like it's getting nighttime out here. So if you're not familiar with these type of games, you can make the night go away by sleeping, or go faster in this game's case. It doesn't go away. Like in Minecraft, if you sleep in a bed, it just instantly turns to day. But here, when you sleep in a bed, you can see up in the top corner, it says night speed times 60. And so it makes that go quite a bit faster. And then once the night's over, it'll go back to the same speed of just being 1. There we go. All right, so that's all I've got. That's all I've really found to be helpful for myself. Hopefully some of these tips and tricks will be helpful for you. If you enjoyed this video and you found it helpful, then please make sure you click that thumbs up button. If you want to watch me play this game live, you can catch me on YouTube and Twitch. I stream every Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday, 9 p.m. Central Time. Well, thanks for watching, and hope to catch you next time.